Hello and welcome back to Third Age Total War Divide and Conquer version 3, the Cold North, for the Erebor campaign. Oh, it feels relieving to do a long-worded introduction compared to Shadow of Mordor. Oh, it feels good. So, last time, we took Mount Gundabad. We started building the Hall of Durin, and we are 10 turns away from finishing that off currently. We have allied ourselves with Anduin, because I'm not going to lie, I did that off camera because it was just literally me moving DaC over, me resetting his character, speaking with DaC, and then offering 4,000 for an alliance. They bought it because, you know, money talks, and so do I. I talk a lot, perhaps too much. But other than that, not much else is going on currently. We're just building up our defences for when Rhun one day appears, and for when we decide to either attack Angmar or the Orcs of Moria. I have not decided upon when I shall do this, but be reassured that by the end of this part I will be revealing the map like I did in the last part of part 5. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be, but I want it to be close to an hour. Probably not going to happen, but I'm not going to jump to conclusions on how long this video is going to be. I am quite shattered after doing 2 consecutive Shadow of Mordor videos, which, I'm not going to lie, they're not that good. I'm still trying to get used to a new gaming format, and trying to use new editing software, like fast forwarding time in certain perspectives. But other than that, there's not really much else to do. Right, not really much else left to do. How much upgrade do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 5. Okay, we don't want any more dwarven labourers yet then. We'll get some more ballista because I do want to try. I think I said this in the last episode. Once we get the rest of these dwarves over here, once we get the rest of these over to Mount Gundabad, I want to split the army up into the sons of the family of Dane and the family of Glowin. I hope that will work like the way I want it to, because it'd be so fun to see Dane and Thorin go after either Angmar to reunite with their Blue Mountain kin, or for Gimli and Glowin to do that, or Gimli and Glowin going down into the Misty Mountains, reclaiming their homelands, and Gimli getting to reunite with his cousin Balin in Moria, and possibly killing him. Because again, as I think I mentioned this in the last video or the video before, what do we do about the other dwarven kingdoms? Do we let them live, or do we let them die, and do we take their power for our own? Well, for the dwarves of the Blue Mountains, probably going to leave them alone. I don't care about the dwarves of the Blue Mountains as an enemy. They're better as an ally. It helps me focus on the east and not on the west. I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, the dwarves of Khazad-dûm might be a small little option just so we can show off some more of the elites of the dwarves if you take Khazad-dûm. The return of the Wraiths. The Naz have been defeated and their tower emptied of the servants of the Dark. Oh! Someone took Minas Morgul. The Ar-Ardunayam reigns supreme. Although Gondor took the Morgul Vale. I can't believe Gondor's done that again. That's the second campaign where Gondor has successfully taken the Morgul Vale quite easily. Or am I thinking of the same campaign? It has been a while. No. It was a Linden campaign where the men of Gondor took what's his name? The Morgul Vale. Kirik Cathal, what do I want from you now? We could get the Feast Hall so we can get building cost reduction, because there's a lot of expensive buildings I want to make. But I think we want the heavy armor instead. I think we just want armor. I think we want massive armor stats and just become an unbreakable wall against Rhun. Because Rhun doesn't have the best armor piercing options in the game. Not gonna lie, they don't really have that much. Oh, look at all these units that have been retrained, ready to go and serve. And we're still making 10,000. Look at how much we've sent out. This should not be legal. I'm too strong. Oh, those Stonefoot and Stiffbeard archers, I don't want to have to send over there so they can be retrained. No. Only new units at Kirikfall. Any other units can go away. Getting another general soon. Another royal guard. We're probably going to send them over to Rakyaburg or Witherboard, just as a way of improving population growth, so we can upgrade faster. Burrs are cool. You're still not very happy. That'll soon change once you get the cost reductions there. The Anduin seems to slowly be moving down into the high pass again, and might take Mythelberg back. We might actually have to fight the orcs of Dol for a bit, which would be nice, seeing I actually wanted to play Dol for a bit. And I'm currently watching Lionheart's Dol campaign, and I must admit, he's doing it really well. He's playing the orcs of Dol really well. Definitely did a lot better than I would have done. Oh, we got Sons of the Fallen. Oh, how long have we had them and haven't sent them out? Will we make some King's Axes and King's Shields, or will that just be too expensive? Nah, I'm kidding. Nothing's too expensive for us. We're the dwarves. Oh, my throat kind of died there and then just carried on. I kind of want the dwarven catapults. I think I'm going to build the catapult maker here once we can't build any more armorers. And we're still making 9,000 a turn. Someone please stop me. I'm too strong. Let's send another spy down here so we can have more intel on the south. Because like I said the last time, the orcs of Moria are no longer a minor threat like they used to be. They're actually powerful because they're consolidating in one location, and they are actually building up that strength, and they've built it up quite well. It actually makes them a very imposing threat into our borders. But nothing impossible to beat, luckily. Yeah, that Axsmith's Guild might be... I say might be useful, but we already have our weapon upgrades, so we can't use it. Just end the turn again. It's going to be another few end turns. But I said, this video is going to be a little bit longer because I do want to try and show off the map as well. But that would take about 10 minutes out of the hour. But again, it might end earlier. Just depends if I have the energy to do it. I want to have one battle, at least one battle. But it might not happen. This might just be a filler video. Oh. If it does end up to be a filler video, do not fear. There might be some more videos out later in the week, more than usual. Only this once, because I managed to record 3 videos on the Thursday, and I still have the Saturday videos to record, if I can be asked to do any recording on Saturday. If not, then there might not be. If I might just leave a comment on, I might just comment below on this video saying on the Saturday. Well, you guys won't see this until the Thursday, so yeah. So it probably won't matter. By the time you're seeing this, those videos would already be recorded or not. So don't worry. Don't worry your little heads about it. The mining complex or the great roads. You see, Dane's Halls connects a pretty big part of our campaign movement in this region. So I think having that. Having those great roads are going to be very, very important. The same with the Nozanar. Once we have those roads, that's going to be an integral part of our movement through the north. Because we already move pretty fast to say we're dwarves. I think like the orcs, the dwarves need to have a slightly reduced campaign movement range, just to make them. I mean, I know they brag about saying they're massive cross country because dwarves are natural sprinters, but we're not sprinting through the mountains, are we? We're just walking. Anyway, 1, 2, 3.
My king, onward.
Non-Orkani recruited units head into the west.
We've marched our limit.
So yeah, we're going to push into Litash. Again, might not happen in this video, but it will happen.
Aye, my liege.
Who can move the furthest out of all of us? Gimli and Dane. I'll send Gimli out. And just very, very careful. Frick. Okay, let's move back a bit. I'm trying to swear a bit less in videos. It might not work, but hey, we can always live in hope. Draki, you look like someone from the game Dwarves, which I might also play in the future. I mean, it's not Lord of the Rings based, but it is dwarf based, and yeah. Let's have a look how our ally is doing here in Khazad-dûm. I mean, they got the Khazad sentries. Oh yeah, this Legio thing here. You'll learn what that is in the future. I'm fairly certain we're gonna get a few of them with our elites. Whenever you with some of your best units, I think it's some of your best units.
My king.
Or maybe not. It might just be for certain factions. Because I haven't seen any of our units that actually says Legio on them.
Aye, Lord.
But yeah, for some factions, some of their units say Legio, which just means Legion. Legion 1, Erebor. Legion 9, Khazad-dûm. So these Khazad centers have come all the way from Erebor. This is one of their starting units. Well, this would have been one of the starting units for the Dwarves of Khazad-dûm if you were playing as Khazad-dûm. And this is the 10th Legion, well, the 9th Legion that has been made inside of Khazad-dûm. It's a niche little feature. It's nothing to brag about, but it's a nice little feature. Those ballista can start moving as well.
That'll do 'em today, sire.
Still making nearly 10,000 turn. Yeah, I've really got to find a way to ruin my economy. I'm going to find a way to do it. I always do. I always find a way to ruin my economy. This wouldn't be an enabling campaign if I didn't find a way to ruin my economy. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It is going to happen. I don't know when. I don't know how. But I will. Even as the dwarves, my economy cannot last forever. Something bad has to happen. It's just nature. With me, it's just natural for the economy to go. If it doesn't, then I'm not doing something right. But yeah, once we start getting harassed by other factions, then our economy won't go down immediately, but there will be a very obvious downturn because we're going to we'll end up spamming out our basic troops, the labourers. I mean the basic units we've been playing through the entire game currently. The Erebor, axe throwers, warriors, and Mattock warriors. They're gonna soon fade into history unless we desperately need them. Because soon we're just gonna be spamming out King's units because they're cheap. To say they're elite tier dwarves, not as cheap as obviously some other elites for different factions, but for dwarves they're pretty bloody cheap. Let's get the pub. We just want not upkeep, we just want culture here before we make anything. Plus we've already got pretty good population growth at 2. So let's just keep building up. And Nozanar has some new units we can send out. Send out the King's units and the Stiffbeard / Stone Vanguard, whatever they are. Captain Brocky, Captain Berlin, Captain Farin, Captain Rhun, and Captain Nori. Can go into there. Nothing else in Dane's halls. Oh, there are now though. Still making 8,000. It's going down. It's going down. But look at how many units we've made. We've practically made 3 armies here because I do need something to protect Mount Gundabad. I have a slight inkling in my stomach that we're gonna have to. These Royal Guard are actually gonna have to go to Mount Gundabad to defend it. That's a small feeling. And you guys can go into here and get retrained. The units that can get retrained anyway. The rest of you that can't get retrained can stay there anyway. We're going to get the Royal Hall after we get the mining complex. And the turn again. How many turns have we ended now? We started at turn 69, giggity, and now we're at turn 73. Or was it before, earlier than that? Well, actually, I'll know when I check on Mount Gundabad, the Awakening, the Hall of Durin, because it was at 10 turns when we started. Well, 10 turns remaining when we started. How many turns left will dictate how many turns we've already gone through in this part. And in fact, we've already been doing this for nearly 20 minutes, I think. 15, 20 minutes, that's not bad. It's not bad, we're making good progress. But yeah, for those of you who have watched Shadow of Mordor campaign, I have been using some fast forward techniques. I won't be using them on this campaign. I will not be using them in this campaign, or any Divide and Conquer campaign. Because I think fast forwarding through anything is pointless. It is just pointless. If I'm going to fast forward through something, I'm just going to skip past it immediately, because half the stuff I show while fast forwarding something in a game like this would just be me constantly clicking through things on statistics, talking to myself. Grim, actually, yes, we've now got a general at Dane's Hall, Mount Gundabad. I can take the place of Dane. So I'm going to set this down to low because we're going to need someone to hold this. Ballista, you can move out because I don't care about you. Grim, go in. You're going to be the new defender of Dane's Halls. And it has been 4 turns. So we did start turn 69. The Stoneworkers Guild at Berzakul. Let us get... let's get the Miners Union. Feast Hall. Armory. Barracks. Archery Range. Only got 36 population, actually. Not culture, sorry, not population. Roads and Berzakul are kind of pointless. They don't really give any extra speed to us. So let's go for the Feast Hall. Cost reduction in units and more culture is really useful. Erebor, we've got a new general, Captain. No, not Captain, Dury. We've now got Dury, and we are going to send him over to. Where actually? Where do I want to send him to? Could send him to Dane's Halls. Yeah, I'll send him to Dane's Halls. Let him place a tower when on his way there. Stonefoot Spearman, you can move out next turn. Get the miners' quarters now, so when Jury arrives, he'll be free upkeep. Stonefoot Spearman, you can move out. Every unit that can't go in Mount Gundabad can be relocated to here in the fort. You'll be fine. We'll call it Fort Joy. Oh, that's a Divinity reference. No one's gonna get that. No one's gonna get that Divinity reference. If you do, congratulations, you played an amazing game. And you have no regrets in life. Well, maybe a few. I mean, it is called the original sin for a reason. Anything, anywhere. Erebor's building. The mines for one more turn. Yep. Everywhere's building, and the turn again. Oh, you know what? I know what this is gonna be. This is me waiting until I can get the Gundabad Guard or the Hammers of Gundabad, whatever they're called. The Hammers of Gundabad. That's it. This is just me waiting for the Hammers of Gundabad. And well, technically I could have just skipped past this. True. I know like about half of you are wondering, why hasn't he just skipped past this? I mean, he's done crazier things in the past. Well, it's not as fun. It's not as fun. And I don't have much time for the rest of the night, so yeah. No skipping tonight. No skipping tonight. No, you're gonna sit back and enjoy me talk about stuff. I might attack somewhere. I might attack Latash before the end of this. Just as a nice little battle before the end. Cause, I mean, it's definitely been we've definitely been recording for 20 minutes now. So a small battle in Latash won't be too big a thing. Plus, there's a new custom map, and I want to show off a custom map again. We've already shown off the new Mount Gundabad, which I like. Well, the only thing different about it is the walls. That's it. The walls are the only difference. Betrothed to Grim is Hergar. Now, anyway. Moria's under siege, not good. Erebor has a mining complex, and we're making 7,000 now every turn. Oh, too much money. Oh, do we want the Royal Hall? All it does is allow me to make some slightly stronger dwarves. No, not really. Don't need it. Not yet, anyway. Let's get the... I love how all our units, our buildings are so cheap here. Everything's just so cheap. Let's get the feast hall. Let's get even more cost reduction. Oh, the Zunadan and Ered Luin are allies. Grim has been betrothed to Hegar. Got some more stiff beards in Dane's halls. And first there's some stiff beards in Nozanar as well. No, we've taken them out already. Oh yeah, they're here. Go to there, go to there. We might even have more than 2 armies worth, which is a good thing, because that means we have some units to keep behind when we move out. Oh, we're building up for for some climactic battles here. The battles that are to ensue in the next few parts are going to be legendary. Not as legendary as the battle before the for part 8. Part 8. Nothing could beat the battle between. Nothing could beat that battle. That was a battle of epic proportions, and will always be probably the best battle of this channel. I don't think any battle we will ever do in the future can compare to how well that battle went for us. It may not immediately look like it, but it went so damn well. Anyway, let's end in the turn again. I might even add music. I might even add in the music into this video, because just hearing the end turn music over and over and over again might not need to do it. Save me 20 minutes. No, we're gonna have to turn. No. I won't do any editing for this video. This thing just goes straight onto YouTube. Well, can be uploaded, but then be made private until the Thursday. Yep, I'm recording this a week in advance. Ugh. Is it not obvious that I'm tired? If it's not, then I thank my future self for managing to sound convincing. Oh, but yeah, I am really tired now. I'm really starting to feel it, and my throat's starting to go as well. If you can't hear it, my throat is starting to go. It's another long day. I've really got to try and get some proper medicine for this throat. Something's got to make it better again. Because it's been like this for a few weeks now, and it's not concerning to the point that I need to really look into it, but it's something I need to keep thinking about, because it could become a concern. Dwarves move up. Dury move for Dane's halls. Yeah, and next turn we've got the miners' quarters, so they'll cost less. So Dury will be free upkeep. Do you want some dwarven travellers? Yeah, why not? I'm just gonna send them into Whifferboard. Or we could put them into Rakiaberg and take these 2 units out. Decisions.
Aye, Lord.
I have too many units. You know, you guys can go into Berserkul. You might get free upkeep, but you might not. Just have the Royal Guard upgrade. I mean, Latash's army isn't exactly amazing. It's just got some Angmarim archers and Angmarim infantry. Those are the units before the barracks event, by the way. I know that simply just by looking at their stats, you can tell they're not post-barracks event units. I have too much money and I can't spend enough of it quick enough. Oh, Sons of the Fallen and Dragon Slayers of Ered Mithrin. Okay, we're getting the barracks. Getting the barracks lined up next. I know it's important to get the great roads, though. It is really important to get those great roads.
Aye, sire.
The sooner we can get faster movements, the better. And in fact, no, let's not. We don't need to spam out our, I say trash tier, but our early tier units anymore. We no longer need to, because we've just got too much. We just currently have too much, and we have no idea how many casualties we'll suffer before we actually are in danger.
Is that what you want?
Boldak,
Your attention is an honor, noble
along with
ally.
Grima the Respected.
I would fight for
Oh,
your
those skin
people as if
changes are
they
going to
were
do
my
damage.
own, friend.
Conqueror of Goblin Town. You're about to die because you've got nothing but Snagger. Oh, let us have this. Oh yes, it's almost time. If Anduin's going to push back against the Orcs and I keep saying Orcs and Mismounted, Orcs and Moria this badly. Yeah, that's yeah. I think because the Anduin's already moving up against the Orcs and Moria this much, we need to do the same. Because if we apply enough pressure, the Orcs and Moria will very easily be defeated. And to be honest, we all know what they are. We know everything about their roster. It's not like they've had it's not like they're the Orcs of Gundabad and they have massive changes. I do regret killing them off early, but I have been told quite a few people now that you did the right thing, making sure Gundabad was gone, because their elites are extremely powerful. I'm not going to deny that. I still have not seen everything about Gundabad. I don't really want to. I kind of want to leave that to the imagination. And maybe when I do the campaign one day, not on the channel, just outside of this. Outford besieged. Yeah. The Telkerin Armourer. That is the best armor we can make, right? Apart from no, it's not. The Hall of Arlay is the last version we can build. But all of our units can get a armor upgrade. Royal Guard have been retrained. Okay. What else? We've got the roads out of Nozana. Ooh, do we want to get the army barracks so we can get even more Sons of the Fallen? Nah, I think that's just... The Sons of the Fallen aren't meant to be spammed out. They are a niche. They're not bad by a long stretch, but if you make too many of them, you'll find your money just slowly plummets to the ground because they just don't die. Eventually, they just become a detriment in a way because they don't die very easily. Well, they didn't used to. That might have changed with the new weapon changes where halberds are better, so any halberd unit can destroy Sons of the Fallen, and that's not a joke. We lost a lot. For those of you remembering the first episode, if you don't remember it, then go and watch it because it was bloody amazing. But for those of you that remember the first episode, we had massive trouble against those Bolgs Chosen, and they just completely wrecked us. What do I want in Ozanar? It's hard to decide what I want. I want to spend money. That's the thing. I want to spend money, but I want to do it so it doesn't. I want to do it so it doesn't take so long. That's so hard though. All our buildings cost so little, or take so long to make. There's no point. Dane's Halls now has that. Now has the building, so we can get. Oh, I've got to take you out. Let's have you go down to Rakiburg.
We've marched our limit.
Now we're now making 10,000 again. Why am I so rich? Okay, Dane and Foreign step out for a second. Gimli and Glowin step out for a second. Let us forge your armies. Each army has a ballista. Each army gets at least 3 Dalian woodsmen. Let's have those 3 go to the other army because they're closer. And these 3 instead. There. Each army gets 2 Erebor infantry for defensive capabilities. Each army gets a unit of Dale cavalry, so they have some striker infantry slash obviously cavalry. Dane gets one more because Gimli's army slash Goblins army gets the axes of Erebor. So that's 10 units, 10 more units for each. The axe throwers go to Gimli's army because the axe guard are also axe throwers. Sons of the Fallen go with Dane because his bodyguard is Sons of the Fallen. And they get some stiff-beard archers because they need more ranged units. But they also get the Mattocks. Actually, no, they get the King's units as well because obviously he's the King. But these Axe Guard go to Gimli next turn because they're his bodyguard. And then because you don't need any more armor piercing Gimli, you can have some more defensive units in the form of Stonefoot Spearmen. And you can have one more unit of Dayan Woodsmen because you might need them more. These Stiffbeard Archers can go over to Dane as well. So he has a total of 7 archers, which might be a bit much, but he also has... Actually, no, that is a bit much. Send one of those... Send these 3 woodsmen back. So he won't need them. This army is fine because as good as these axe throwers are with their axes, they're also good without them. Then throw in the Mattocks over to Dane's army because he needs the armor-piercing troops. So he can have 3 more units, and Gimli can have 2 more because those axe guard are meant to join with him later. What's currently on the way? A lot of units we're just going to probably throw into Mount Gundabad anyway. That'll do. Stonefoot Spearmen can go and join with Dralin, who will go with Gimli, so we can get 1 more troop. Let's give him another unit of Erebor infantry. And then Dane, you can still have 3 more units. Let's take those 2 extra Mattock warriors. So you have a lot of aggression. And that unit of Erebor infantry as well. And then move these 3 out. Hopefully still decent poppy order, yes. So send those 4 into here for now, and then next turn move them into Mount Gundabad. So Mount Gundabad has far too many archers. Oh, it's beautiful. Once Berserkle feels a bit... let's actually send these labourers over as well. Because Mount Gundabad does need some defence. I have a feeling they're going to need something. And then... Can I move out these travellers as well? Yes, I can. Then those 4 travellers will join at Mount Gundabad as well. And might take the place of Dalian Woodsman in Gimli's army. By the time they get there. Yeah. Other than that, let's unretrain these so we can retrain them again in case there's any experience bonuses. Doubt it, but can always live in hope. Always live in hope. And see how much money we're still making? We're still making 5,000. What? Why? And how? Let's end the turn. We're about to send 2 full stack armies of fully trained elite dwarves, and we're still making money. How? Why? Why am I so strong? Oh. It feels kind of liberating to play a faction that's overpowered for the sake of being overpowered. Because we managed to defeat our main threat enemy, so we get to reap the rewards. If I didn't defeat Gundabad, we would not be in this situation. We would be screwed right now. I know we're losing like 1,000 because Dane's not in Gundabad or whoever was in there that was making us money, but I don't care. We're making it fun. Our 4 greatest generals are about to move out in 2 great armies and about to sweep through the entirety of 2 factions, Angmar and Moria. It's going to be amazing. Let's do it. next time. We'll do it next time, because I am shattered. Let's have Dane's army take this fort, so we can just watch over. We're the most advanced faction. It's not surprising. Not surprising at all. Got all those retrains. Have you go back into there. Have you two join them, and then you move into the fort here. Oh, we're still making 6,000. What the hell is happening right now? We take them out of Berserkul. Let's not do that. So have these travellers merge with these travellers, so all those travellers can move together and travel together to Mount Gundabad. And I think we'll hold out on Gimli's army here, because the Orcs of Moria might take back Meifelberg. And I'm not gonna lie, I might want Meifelberg too, just so I can sell it off for more money. I'm kidding, I'll keep it. If I win it, I keep it. Let's get more woodsmen, because they're still good. It's still good to get more archers. And seeing we're not going to get them anymore from any quests, it's definitely worth getting them. Do I actually have a quest? I do not. Well, what's our current agents doing? I've just spent the last God knows how many turns, and I haven't gained any extra diplomacy with any other faction. Yeah, I just want trade agreements with all of you because I want them. And they won't disagree because, you know, they just won't. Rhun has... Okay. This is now officially the end of the video. Well, the battle of the campaign currently. Not the end of the campaign, sorry. I don't want to get this confused. This is not the end of the campaign. It's the end of this. It's the end of part 10. Because we're now about to show the map. Because it's the 10th part. Every 5 parts, we show the map. If that wasn't a rule, before, if it was like so many turns, I'm changing it to 5 parts. 5 parts of the game, so you can view the world and see how it's different to what it used to be. Okay, Linden's moving up against Enerdwife, which is just currently holding random areas. Oh, what the hell? What has Enerdwife done? That is everywhere. Then Isengard's moving up, but Rohan's kind of moving up even further. And I said we were doing well. Rohan's actually pushing up against Mordor, kind of, because they have Dan Talad. Rhun still hasn't beaten Dorwinion. Let this be a fact. Dorwinion is not dead yet. Dorwinion still hangs on to life and might actually win. Nah, I'm kidding. They're not going to win. It's just they're just prolonging the inevitable. I mean, even Dale's struggling. The second that Rhun defeats Dale and we're next to them, Critic of Thor's going to need an army. In fact, no, not doing anything. We're just watching we're just viewing the world. Anything that happens in the future, anything that happens next time, I've completely forgotten about all of this because I am so tired right now. It is taking a lot of my willpower, not just to yawn continuously. But yeah, Umbar has, well, the Ardenaim has still completely locked off Harad from going anywhere. They're just trapped in Barad Han. And Cannon is now trapped because they sided with Mordor. So now they can't fight anyone because Mordor's blocking off Cannon at Horthenur, and the Ardenaim currently have Tirithraid. If I'm not mistaken, they don't. Canned are, yep, they're still allied to to Mordor, so they are not. They did not side with the Blue Wizard, and the Blue Wizards died. But Gondor has a lot of blockades apparently. But yeah, Gondor took Minas Morgul. We already know this. But look at that, though. Look at that. Look at all the armies they're making. Mordor's not slouching either. I mean, they lost one of their main regions, but it was must have been a bloody good fight. Oh yeah, the region that used to be here doesn't exist anymore because it was a pointless region that did literally nothing and just made Mordor better. They just made it a region that gives you free upkeep, by which I mean a fort. There are still rebel regions here. There are still rebel regions in Arnor. Is this Arnor? It's somewhere. But yeah, Athilin and Baridoniorak are still not held. Baridoniorak is part of Arnor, but I think Athilin is part of Is it part of Rudour? I think it might just be off the cuff of the Rudour. So I know this is Arthedain. I know this is not Veruglar is Rudour. But I'm not going to look any further up to what's going on with Rhun, because I don't want to give away too much of what our opponent is up to. Khazad-dûm is actually failing a bit. They're not going far. But Lothlorien has not lost any regions yet. I mean, they may have had Agnodion and then lost it, but Anduin still has Roscabel. This is a new development, because Roscabel normally always gets taken, but because it starts as a large town now, it might have an actual garrison to defend itself. Okay, Anduin's holding strong. Anduin are holding strong. Dorwinian's holding strong. Dale's kind of faltering. Angmar's going to be a real battle again for us. I might want to hold out on fighting them for a while we're dealing with the Orcs of Moria. Imlarges are completely surrounded. They've got nothing. They have nothing. But I don't think they've lost any of their Elladan, Elrahil, or Elrond, any of their unique generals yet. High Lord Barlin, just all the way on Khazad-dûm west side. Even though they don't have Khazad-dûm west, he's probably going to die. Rohan already pushing way into Isengard. I have a feeling the minion of Isengard's not going to do anything this campaign. They were a menacing force in the Linden campaign, kind of. But I think in this campaign they're going to lose very quickly to what Rohan has. I think the DaC team made Rohan slightly stronger overall, and made Isengard weaker by removing the. Oh no, they didn't remove the militia tier units for the AI, only for the player, the actual player, the human player. Huh. Well, that's still interesting. They made the units better for Isengard, yet it seems like Rohan still has the upper hand. That might be something they want to look into. It's just a thought. It might just be me. It might just be this one campaign, which is like 1 in 50-50 chance that Rohan wins and Isengard wins the war. I don't know. I haven't done enough testing with this patch yet. Normally, beforehand I do a lot of testing with the patch, but obviously now working, so don't have as much time to test. This is literally the first time in the week, from Monday to Thursday, that I've actually been able to get on my computer, because I've just been either too exhausted or just just haven't had the energy. I've just been downstairs talking with family. Oh yeah, and there's been 2 of my sister's birthdays this week, on Monday and today. Anyway, enough about my life. I'm going to toggle Fog of War back off again now. Yeah, everything we knew was a lie. We know nothing of what the world has in store for us. We know eventually Rhun will come for us. That is an inevitable fact. The fact they're already up here is something we don't know yet, for sure. We don't know how strong they are up here yet, for sure. We haven't seen any of their units upon this area, so we have no idea how strong they truly are. We don't know what the Orcs of Misty Mountains are up to. We don't know what the Dwarves of Khazad-dûm are really up to. We just know they're there, and they're kind of holding back. We don't know much about Angmar, because we haven't got much knowledge on the map here, other than the Dunedain's map information they've given us. And seeing they haven't lost any regions yet, they seem fine. Yeah, I'm just contradicting everything I've said, just to sound like I'm oblivious to everything that's going on, because I kind of am. Anyway, I think I've spoken enough. This video's going on for nearly an hour, so I'm going to call it here. I hope you all have enjoyed, and make sure you leave a like if you have, and subscribe if you haven't already, to keep up to date with new content, to help support the channel, because nearly 160 subscribers. It's amazing how quickly this channel is growing. Every video I'm going to keep saying the channel's growing so much, because it is. Thank you so much, every single person that watches my content, leaves likes, even leaves comments, even if they're not nice comments. Just thank you, because it means you care. May not feel like it, but you do. You have to admit, if you have the energy to comment on a video saying like, "Oh, you're crap," yeah, that's just telling me you have the effort to say something to me, and that's good enough for me. And if, as I said, if you have any comments or suggestions, leave them in the comment section below. I always make sure to try and reply to whatever it is. Although recently that has kind of been stagnating recently, because again, I've been very tired. I've not been on the computer recently. Yeah. But in the weekends, I do try my best to look at every comment and leave a like on the comment that you give, and then try and reply as best as I can. But until next time, ta-ta for now.